gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Answers for 20-year-old woman Avriel Hooks, who went missing last week, and Lynchburg police have just sent out the information that a body has been found. BGZM's Michaela Shelton is live with us in Lynchburg tonight. Michaela, what do you know so far?
Chico.
Jean, I know that a community search party led police to do an ongoing investigation here on Garfield Avenue, and we're not sure yet, we don't have confirmation yet on what they may have found here on Garfield Avenue. Members of the Lynchburg community gathered Tuesday morning to look for any evidence surrounding 20-year-old Avriel Hooks' disappearance. Police say Hooks was last seen by her family last Tuesday. The search started on McKinney Avenue near her home on Gate Street.
She could be any one of us. You know, she's 20 years old, she's still a baby. I mean, she just had a baby. I mean, I'm a parent myself, you know. It's just very unusual. She just disappears like that, you know, leaving behind family, friends, no explanation, leaving a 5-month-old.
They split up into groups searching the woods and roads on foot and used a drone for an aerial view. They also knocked on doors, handed out flyers, and showed pictures of Hooks to nearby neighbors.
Wow, so we do have a missing glider woman, and contrary to popular belief, there is no national news stories, no national media stories on this one. You know, they always like to paint the picture that, oh, well, you know, white tears and white female tears is gonna get the media hyper focused on this story. That's not the case. I mean, I would have never heard of this story if I didn't do these types of topics and discussions. And I mean, it looks like this case is even more gruesome than just a missing persons case.
We have someone missing in our community. You know, I'm a mother, and I can't imagine what it would feel like to not know where your child is and just sitting still, you know, when we could be out doing something.
Joseph Bayer says he was planning a small search with a couple of friends, but one Facebook post led to over 25 people showing up to help.
We're hoping to find something, anything to help out the police with their investigation. We're also hoping to help bring the community together in case, God forbid, this happens again to somebody else. But just let anyone knows who does try to abduct or do harm to anyone in our community that, hey, we're a community, we're coming together, we're getting bigger, and it's not okay here.
Their search effort.
So he's saying it's not okay here, but, you know, is anybody really going to check the perpetrators? Let's keep it a buck. Are we going to call it out for what it is, or are we just going to talk around it? Right? Because a lot of these dudes, you know, they might say, oh, we're not going for it. And I'm not, you know, trying to single him out. But these types of events are happening every single day, and there's not really much energy into preventing it.
Efforts came to a close on Garfield Avenue, but organizers say their fight isn't over.
We have a beautiful world out here, but it is, oh man, it's cruel. It can be very cruel. And to see so many people come together who did not even know this woman gives you hope, you know? There's still beauty in this world, there's still good people in this world, still trying to do good things, and I just hope it just keeps going.
And as of right now, the community is still planning to have a prayer vigil tonight at 7:15. And we will keep everyone updated on air and online as we find out new information. Jean?
Right, exactly, Michaela. And we do just have into the newsroom breaking news from Lynchburg police. They say a body has been found in Amherst County in relation to the disappearance of Avriel Hooks. The identity of that person has not been confirmed. Police do say they took someone in for questioning in the vicinity of Garfield, where Michaela just was. They say the person is being questioned but has not been arrested.
And our meteorologist.
Good to have you with us at 6. Lynchburg police are now calling the case of a woman who's been missing since last Wednesday suspicious.
This as the community prepares to launch a search effort to find her. ABC 13's Mia Nelson is here in the studio with how you can be part of this.
All right, so the police are now calling it a suspicious case. We saw in the last clip that they did find a corpse. And now the story is all coming together. Buckle up, guys. This is going to be a long one. Obviously, as you guys know, I have been demonetized on all of my YouTube channels, including ones that have nothing to do with the topics that we cover on this one. In an unjust, unfair attack on truth, right? So help promote these stories, like the video, share the video, join the Patreon, cop some of the merch, do whatever you can to support the channel, because they don't like me exposing these issues in the community or the communita or the communitino for that matter. So I need you guys' help to spread the message.
20-year-old Avriel Hook's family reported her missing last week. Her mother is planning a prayer service tomorrow night, but we also learned folks are gathering in the morning to look for her. Avriel Hook's mother, Ashley Pittman, continues to plead for your help.
Please, 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 I know someone knows something.
Pittman reported her daughter missing last Wednesday. She last saw her daughter when she took her home after work last Tuesday night. She says she got a text from her daughter the next morning that didn't seem like it was actually from her.
That was like my first huh.
She says she went to her house to check on her later that day. The door was unlocked and the lights were on, but Hooks wasn't there. Pittman also says Hooks has a 5-month-old son who she says she would never have willingly left. Pittman told me she's trying to hold out hope, but it's hard.
You want to have all the hope in the world, but you look around and see how awful a place we can make it.
So she does have a 5-month-old. Man, I mean, this story is very sad. Obviously, the family is crushed by this, losing your daughter as a mother. We constantly hear a parent is not supposed to bury their child, yet we see this happening over and over again. And once we reveal the identity of the perpetrator, it's all going to make sense, unfortunately. So, hey, man, let's keep going.
So it's hard to have hope, but you want to. You really, really want to. I want her to still be here more than anything.
A group is coming together to search for her to help keep that hope alive. Organizers Joseph Bear and B. Rose say they plan to meet at the corner of McKinney Avenue and Ford Avenue at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
I mean, it's so close to home, someone going missing out of the blue like that, whatever we can do to help, bring her home.
Pittman says she so appreciates the community's help.
I'm so grateful. Words can't describe how grateful you are at the way people reach out and help.
Lynchburg police say they've been working diligently since her disappearance to find her and has been in constant communication with the family. As for the prayer service Pittman is holding, that's at 7:15 tomorrow night at her home, 1820 Florida Avenue. Back to you.
The Aware Foundation is also working to help find Avriel Hooks. President and founder Kenny Gerald says they've gotten out a missing person flyer. He says their hope is someone would recognize her and be able to share information on where they may have last seen her. He says with this case, there are some red flags.
The fact that, number one, she has never done this before. Number two, she would never leave her baby.
Gerald says they never give up hope until they're told not to have any more hope left. He says if you know something, say something to police, and no information is too small.
Now to a little bit more about the prayer service that Mia mentioned. It's tomorrow night, and it's going to take place at the Pittman's home on Florida Avenue. The service will start at 7:15.
Thanks for joining us. The search continues for 20-year-old Avriel Hooks of Lynchburg,
who's been missing for almost a week now. Today, a group of community members organized to search for Hooks together. ABC 13 Jacob Hunsker joins us live in Lynchburg. Jacob, they've been searching all morning.
Yes, Paige, they have, and good afternoon to you. Just over a dozen people are here trying to find Avriel Hooks or something that could help lead them to her. I'm currently on McKinney Street, but these groups are spread out as far back as Gate Street, where Hooks currently lives, as well as a grassy area, a cemetery just beyond that, and a wooded area. They're spread out all over the place, again, just trying to find anything that could help police or themselves lead to where she currently is. Now, those groups include extended family members, neighbors, general community members, and even a trained search dog. Whether they know her or not, people just want to help. The group's organizer, B. Rose, tells me that this was just supposed to be a few people looking, but the community had other plans.
We have someone missing in our community. You know, I'm a mother, and I can't imagine what it would feel like to not know where your child is and just sitting still, you know, when we could be out doing something. We're all just gonna kind of search until we get too tired to search anymore.
Rose says that they'll keep looking for as long as they can, hoping to find something to pass along to police that will lead to finding Avriel safely. Avriel's mom, Ashley Pittman, is...
And, you know, I hate that you got these people out here looking for this young lady, and there's somebody close to her that knows exactly what happened, and he's just allowing them to keep searching, keep looking. Man, I mean... It's wild.
Also holding a prayer service tonight, which begins at 7:15 p.m. at their home on Florida Avenue. Rose says that searches like this help keep the hope alive in finding Hooks, and they won't be giving up anytime soon. Live in Lynchburg this noon, Jacob Hunziker, ABC 13 News.
Thanks, Jacob. The Aware Foundation is also working to help find Hooks. President and founder Kenny Jarrell says they put out a missing person flyer. He says their hope is someone would recognize Avriel and be able to share information on where they may have last seen her. He says with this case, though, there are some red flags.
The fact that, number one, she has never done this before. Number two, she would never leave her baby.
Gerald says they never give up hope until they're told not to have any more hope left. He says if you know something, say something to police, and no information is too small. And remember, we have more information on the service for Avriel Hooks that's happening tonight, the prayer service. You could read all of that and our past coverage and the efforts to bring her home on our website, WSAT.com. Just look for this story on our homepage.
Good evening. The desperate search for a missing 20-year-old woman is still ongoing tonight in Lynchburg.
Lynchburg police are investigating after Avriel Hooks was reported missing by her family on Wednesday. ABC 13's Rachel Branning has been following this investigation.
Rachel, her family says this is completely out of character for her.
That's right. Both her parents and her sister told me that she would have never left her 5-month-old son willingly. They said that this is out of the ordinary for her, and they are extremely worried for her safety.
Just find her.
That is the plea of a desperate mother hoping someone will find her daughter. She last saw her daughter Tuesday night around 8 p.m. when she drove Avriel home from work. This surveillance photo shows what Avriel was wearing at work that night: a black tank top, black leggings, and pink nail polish. Her parents say that she's a firecracker.
She would never fit into a box or check a list. You know, she was going to beat to her own drum.
But not when it comes to her 5-month-old son. Her sister, Lydia Page, says Avriel loves being a mother and would never have left her child on purpose.
She would never let that baby out of her sight at all. She would hold that baby. She held that baby constantly. He had the stuff he needed. That's all that mattered to her. She could care less about herself.
Her mother.
So, I mean, it's very interesting that they're not accusing anybody specifically of doing this when, in my opinion, from looking at this story, and I know you guys may not know the conclusion of this yet, but it's kind of obvious. But none of the family have just said, hey, it's, you know, the baby daddy, it's the boyfriend, it's this, it's that. Nobody's really said anything like that. So, I mean, it's interesting that they're, you know, not, I guess, giving a hypothesis as to who could have done something like this.
Mother says she received a text from Hooks around 6 a.m. the morning they reported her missing, but she doesn't think that her daughter sent it.
The text message didn't seem like the way she would text. It sounded off.
It said she was at a friend's and needed some, quote, me time, which she says wasn't her daughter's way of speaking. Now, the family is extremely worried, and they're begging the public to help bring her home.
So the culprit texted from her phone, and obviously the family saw that as a red flag, and I'm sure that worried them even more.
Take the time and find her. She is an incredibly sweet young girl, and we need her home.
And anyone who knows anything is asked to contact the Lynchburg police. And now this is an ongoing investigation, but we will keep you updated as we learn more. Live in Lynchburg, Rachel Branning, ABC 13 News.
Good evening. I'm Logan Cheryl. Chloe Vincenti has the night off. We begin in Lynchburg, where people are coming together with the hopes of finding a missing woman. Lynchburg police say that 20-year-old Avriel Hooks was last seen by her family on August 22nd, sometime around 8 o'clock in the evening. Despite an extensive police search over the weekend, she's still not been found. LPD says the lack of communication makes that disappearance suspicious, and the search will happen tomorrow morning in the woods near her home.
It really shows the spirit of the community here. And I'm hoping we can help. I'm hoping we can find something. Anything that can help the police in their investigation. We're not trying to step on anybody's shoes here. We're just a bunch of concerned citizens really just trying to help out the best way we can and give her and her family some peace.
Police say Hooks, 5'5", dyed red hair and blue eyes. If you'd like to help, that group is going to meet at Ford and McKinney near Diamond Cuts at 9 a.m. Roanoke.
Tonight, a Lynchburg woman and mother of an infant is the center of a missing persons case. Avriel Hooks is 20 years old, and her family hasn't seen her since Tuesday night. Lynchburg police say they don't know right now whether she's in any danger, but her parents tell ABC 13 she would never have left her 5-month-old child willingly. Police say she's around 5'5" tall with dyed red hair and blue eyes. She was last seen by her mother wearing, I believe, what you see in this picture here, black leggings, a black tank top, pink nail polish at her home Tuesday night. Her mom is begging someone to help bring her home.
I just beg and beg and beg, if there's any humanity left in this earth, to just someone, if you saw something, if you have a doorbell camera and you live near a gate in Oxford, if you recycle and you go to the recycling bins, check them, just find her.
In other words, leave no stone unturned, their request. If you have any information or know where she may be, you are asked to contact Lynchburg Police.
Thanks for joining us. The community is coming together to try to find a Lynchburg woman who's been missing for almost a week now. ABC 13's Mia Nelson shares the plans in place and how you can now help.
Last week, 20-year-old Avriel Hooks went missing. Now her mother is planning a prayer service. And we just learned folks in the community are forming a search group to try and find her and get her home safely. On Wednesday, Hooks' mother, Ashley Pittman, reported her daughter missing after she said she got a text from her daughter's phone that didn't seem like it was actually from her. She last saw her daughter when she brought her home from work on Tuesday night. Pittman told us Hooks has a 5-month-old son who she says she would never have willingly left. Pittman and Hooks' sister, Lydia Page, don't want her case to slip through the cracks.
We need her home. I mean, there's really nothing else to say, obvious, other than just bring her home.
The prayer service will begin at 7:15 tomorrow night at Pittman's home, 1820 Florida Avenue. And as for the search group, an organizer tells me they're planning to meet at the corner of McKinney Avenue and Ford Avenue at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning to begin the search. This morning, I also reached out to Lynchburg Police for an update on the investigation. I'm waiting to hear back. Back to you.
Good evening. We begin at 6 with breaking news that has been unfolding all afternoon. According to sources, police have found the body of a missing Lynchburg mother today. This was the scene off of Carroll Avenue and Campbell Avenue in Lynchburg this afternoon.
So they found her body. Man, oh man. Guys, this is heating up, and it is not looking good for the community. It isn't. And I believe I just have to say that because we are in some very dark times right now where these issues are not being addressed properly. The only person who really knows what happened is the perpetrator, is the suspect. And throughout all of these news clips, there hasn't been much focus on them. And I know they don't want to jump the gun, but it's about time, we actually look at who is doing these types of murders, okay?
We have team coverage tonight. Mia Nelson is live at the police station, but let's go first to Hayden Robertson in Lynchburg.
And Hayden, you're near that Carroll Avenue and Campbell Avenue, where we did see one search today. Police officers were there not too long ago. Tell us what you saw.
Good evening, Mark and Noreen. That's absolutely right. And within the last hour, Lynchburg police have released a statement saying they responded to the 1400 block of Garfield Avenue. They did not arrest anybody, but they did bring in a person of interest for questioning. Now, they were here. They also were here searching the area. You can see behind me, they were down this hill searching in this creek. They were also a little bit further down the road searching in these areas looking for Avriel Hooks. Now, take a look at this video. ABC 13 was here just around 2 o'clock here at Garfield Avenue. We did see police impound a car. We did reach out to Lynchburg police that were here, but unfortunately they did not confirm why that car was impounded and how it's tied to the case. Officers say they were working with the landowner here as they were searching through the area. Before police arrived, community members were here in this area searching for Avriel Hooks. After that car was towed, some officers did join in and started walking through the woods with searchers. Now, I have continuously reached out to the Lynchburg Police Department for more information about why they were here. As of right now, like they have said, nobody was arrested, but a person of interest was brought in for questioning that is tied to the Avriel Hooks missing person case. As of right now, that is all we have for you. We will continue to update you as more information comes in. Live in Lynchburg, Hayden Robertson, ABC 13 News.
Let me break down the timeline of this case for you. A week ago tonight was the last time Avriel's family saw her. Avriel's mom drove her home from work around 8 o'clock that night. She was reported missing the next day, on Wednesday. Around 6 a.m. on Wednesday, her mom got a text from Avriel's phone. She says it didn't seem like the way she would text. It just sounded off. Yesterday, August 28th, police officially called this case suspicious.
And tonight, ABC 13's Mia Nelson is live at the police station in downtown Lynchburg. Mia, we still have a lot to confirm, but police are saying that they found a body during a joint search with officials in Amherst County.
Yes, we are now learning that police, they did conduct an extensive search in Amherst County today, and they did find a body, that's what they say, but the identity of that body has not been confirmed at this time. And that search was in reference to the disappearance of Avriel Hooks, and police worked with Amherst County deputies on that search today. And we also want to let all of you know that the family of Avriel Hooks, they've let us know that the prayer service that was scheduled to happen tonight at 7:15 at their home is still happening. So we wanted to let you know that if you were planning to join that prayer service tonight. Live in Lynchburg, Mia Nelson, ABC 13 News.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey. And I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe, hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga did Quavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pop.
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take all
What
your
more
shit
do
off.
you want from me?
Breaking news tonight out of Lynchburg. A 21-year-old man charged with second-degree murder and disposing of a body after police confirmed 20-year-old Avriel Hooks was found dead in the woods today. She was last seen alive 1 week ago. WFXR's Amari Williams has been following the very latest on this case tonight and spoke with Avriel's family. Amari, what are they telling you tonight?
Drew, her mother and sister are remembering her as someone who lit up the room. They say the man in custody is the father of Avriel's child.
Damn. So, like I had suggested earlier, it is the baby daddy. And, you know, this is a domestic violence situation, obviously. We know that the likelihood of domestic violence increases when you are dating a super gremlin. That's just the reality. Because in the community, we have a huge issue with domestic violence. And it is an exponential issue compared to other demographics. And that's something we really need to acknowledge and focus on.
Now, Hook's mother, Ashley Pittman, says it was important for her to have the visual today at 7:15 because it marks a complete week since she left to drop her daughter off at home. Her extended family and community completely filling the yard tonight. Pittman wore a yellow dress with flowers and the community bringing the family yellow roses because they were Avriel's favorite. Embraces were shared throughout the evening as those leading the ceremony sung praises of Avriel, saying she was on the path of getting her life together. The family wants to thank everyone who came out to search for her tonight, as well as those who came to the vigil. Lynchburg police confirming her body was found off of Lexington Turnpike in Amherst. Now the suspect is being held without bond. We will update you on any court appearances. Live in Lynchburg, Amari Williams, WFXR News.
Out the information answers for 20-year-old woman Avriel Hooks, who went missing last week. And Lynchburg police have just sent out the information that a body has been found. WBGZM's Michaela Shelton is live with us in Lynchburg tonight. Michaela, what do you know so far?
Jean, I know that a community search party led police to do an ongoing investigation here on Garfield Avenue, and we're not sure yet. We don't have confirmation yet on what they may have found here on Garfield Avenue.
Members of the Lynchburg community gathered Tuesday morning to look for any evidence surrounding 20-year-old Avriel Hooks' disappearance. Police say Hooks was last seen by her family last Tuesday. The search started on McKinney Avenue near her home on Gate Street.
She could be any one of us. You know, she's 20 years old, she's still a baby. I mean, she just had a baby. I mean, I'm a parent myself, you know. It's just very unusual. She just disappears like that, you know, leaving behind family, friends, no explanation, leaving a 5-month-old.
They split up into groups searching the woods and roads on foot and used a drone for an aerial view. They also knocked on doors, handed out flyers, and showed pictures of Hooks to nearby neighbors.
We have someone missing in our community. I'm a mother, and I can't imagine what it would feel like to not know where your child is and just sitting still, when we could be out doing something.
Joseph Bayer says he was planning a small search with a couple of friends, but one Facebook post led to over 25 people showing up to help.
We're hoping to find something, anything to help out the police in their investigation. We're also hoping to help bring the community together in case, God forbid, this happens again to somebody else. But just let anyone knows who does try to abduct or do harm to anyone in our community that, hey, we're a community, we're coming together, we're getting bigger, and it's not okay here.
Their search efforts came to a close on Garfield Avenue, but organizers say their fight isn't over.
We have a beautiful world out here, but it is Oh man, it's cruel. It can be very cruel. And to see so many people come together who did not even know this woman gives you hope, you know? There's still beauty in this world, there's still good people in this world, still trying to do good things, and I just hope it just keeps going.
And as of right now, the community is still planning to have a prayer vigil tonight at 7:15. And we will keep everyone updated on air and online as we find out new information. Jean?
Right, exactly, Michaela. And we do just have into the newsroom breaking news from Lynchburg Police. They say a body has been found in Amherst County in relation to the disappearance of Avriel Hooks. The identity of that person has not been confirmed. Police do say they took someone in for questioning in the vicinity of Garfield, where Michaela just was. They say the person is being questioned but has not been arrested.
Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking news in the death of Avriel Hooks, a young mother missing for nearly a week. Lynchburg police announced just within the last hour the arrest of her estranged husband.
Wow. So that took a crazy turn, but a likely turn. The husband, or the estranged husband, deleted her. Absolutely despicable. I mean, we keep seeing these situations where these interracial relationships are ending in bloodshed. And obviously, you know, we've also seen other demographics who delete their significant others, but you know, we know that this is specifically a big issue in the community. So we need to get a hold on this. We need to acknowledge this, and we need to work to improve behaviors to implement change. Otherwise, like I said, there is going to be a backlash, and it's going to be something that we're not going to be able to handle.
21-year-old Michael Perry III.
Authorities discovered a body this afternoon in a wooded area off of Route 60 in Amherst. Earlier today, Lynchburg police joined a community search party to look for the 20-year-old woman at the intersection of Carroll and Campbell Avenue. Police impounded a car in that area and took someone in for questioning. But right now, authorities have not said if that's related to Hooks.
According to Lynchburg police, Perry is charged with second-degree murder and unlawful disposal of a dead body. Officers say if you know anything about this, call LPD or the Amherst County Sheriff's Office immediately.
Lynchburg with a sad turn in the case of a missing 20-year-old. After a week of searching, police confirmed the body of Avriel Hooks was found in a wooded area off the Lexington Turnpike in Amherst County yesterday.
A 21-year-old man now faces charges for second-degree murder and disposal of a dead body. Hooks' family tells us that the man facing charges is the father of her child. Dozens of...
And my thing is, was that the first person that they viewed as a suspect, or how did the sequence of events come to play where, I mean, were the family initially suspicious of that individual? Oh man, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how he was accepted by the family. Obviously, you know, once you have the child, the family does whatever they can to accept this individual, but it doesn't really seem like he had a genuine love for this woman. I don't know. I mean, what would make this guy delete the mother of his child other than him being a super gremlin on demon time?
Friends, family, and community members who helped with the search came together last night for a vigil.
WFXR's Amari Williams was at the vigil, speaking with family members on how they're remembering Avriel.
It was a firecracker, and she was my wild child, and beautiful in every way.
A hard day for the family of Avriel Hooks, Tuesday starting with an extensive search of the area.
And so we searched a little bit, kind of went backtracked a little bit, and we saw like some other things that were kind of out of the ordinary. Right around 1:45 p.m., I believe, is when things started to shift a little bit.
After learning a body was found in the search, Hook's mother, Ashley Pittman, says it was important for her to have the vigil because it marked a full week since she left to drop her daughter off at home. She says it also served as a way to thank the community.
It was still important for the community to know that what you did mattered. That search party this morning mattered.
Pittman wore a yellow dress with flowers and the community bringing yellow roses because they were Avril's favorite. Pittman says she was on the path of changing her life around, creating a wonderful space for her young son.
There's not a word invented for the kind of love she had for him. I'm going to gather every picture.
So you heard what the woman said. She said that Avriel had a lot of love for this man. So, I mean, this is a huge issue. It really is. It's going to be glossed over. It's going to be grazed over. And I don't want this to become a story where people just, oh, they found him, forget about it. No, we need to say, why are these super gremlins deleting their significant others? This is the second story I'm doing this week of a super gremlin deleting this significant other. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Every video, I believe I still have every report card, and I'm never gonna let him not know. He will always know.
In Lynchburg, Imari Williams, WFXR News.
Story we've been working on all day long. Police have confirmed Avriel Hooks was found dead a week after she had originally gone missing.
Yeah, police arrested the father of her child and charged him with her murder. Hook's family and police have been searching for the 20-year-old for days. WDBJ7's Patsy Montesinos has more tonight.
Last Tuesday, Ashley Pittman drove her daughter Avriel Hooks home, not knowing it would be the last time she would see her.
She was a firecracker, and she was my wild child, and beautiful in every way.
7 days later, Pittman is now grieving the loss of her child. Lynchburg Police Department confirmed 20-year-old Hooks was murdered. Her body was found in a wooded area in Amherst County after an extensive search on Tuesday afternoon.
I'm still kind of coping a little bit. It's hard to even, I'm more worried about my mom, to be honest, not myself, because at the end of the day, I grieve. Everyone grieves the way they're at their own pace.
Police confirm Michael Perry III has been arrested and charged with second-degree murder and unlawful disposal of a dead body. Hook's family says Perry is the father of their 5-month-old son.
If you're in an abusive situation, don't let him think, or her, don't let anyone make you think people don't care.
So was it abusive from the get-go? I'm assuming that it was. But it's just... Just ridiculous what this man did to this woman.
No one cares about you. It's the biggest lie they could ever tell you. There are so many people that care.
Pittman says becoming a mother was Hook's greatest achievement. The love for little Michael inspired Hooks to turn her life around. Pittman wants her daughter to be an example for other women.
And it didn't matter her mistakes. You can make it right. You can change anything.
The Hill City has surrounded the family with love and support during these difficult times, something Pittman is grateful to have.
I didn't know the community cared as much as they did. So this has been the biggest smile I've been able to put on my face in days, to know so many people really cared to help.
The family says they will look to God for strength to be able to move forward without Hooks. In Lynchburg, Patsy Montesinos, WDBJ7.
With a sad turn in the case of a missing 20-year-old. After a week of searching, police confirmed the body of Avriel Hooks was found in a wooded area off the Lexington Turnpike in Amherst County yesterday.
A 21-year-old man now faces charges for second-degree murder and disposal of a dead body. Hooks' family tells us that the man facing charges is the father of her child. Dozens of friends, family, and community members who helped with the search came together last night for a vigil.
WFXR's Imari Williams was at the vigil, speaking with family members on how they're remembering Avriel.
She was a firecracker, and she was my wild child, and beautiful in every way.
A hard day for the family of Avriel Hook, Tuesday starting with an extensive search of the area.
And so we searched a little bit, kind of went backtracked a little bit, and we saw like some other things that were kind of out of the ordinary. Right around 1:45 p.m., I believe, is when things started to shift a little bit.
After learning a body was found in the search, Hook's mother, Ashley Pittman, says it was important for her to have the vigil because it marked a full week since she left to drop her daughter off at home. She says it also served as a way to thank the community.
It was still important for the community to know that what you did mattered. That search party this morning mattered.
Pittman wore a yellow dress with flowers and the community bringing yellow roses because they were Avriel's favorite. Pittman says she was on the path of changing her life around, creating a wonderful space for her young son.
There's not a word invented for the kind of love she had for him. I'm going to gather every picture, every video, I believe I still have every report card, and I'm never going to let him not know.
And here's the thing, when these super gremlins do things like this, they don't really have remorse. So you can continue to remind him of what he did, but I don't really think that that is going to be a deterrent to his current behavior. Like I've told you guys, these super gremlins are on demon time.
He will always know.
In Lynchburg, Imari Williams, WFXR News.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Breaking news tonight out of Lynchburg, where police tell us late tonight that a man has been arrested in connection with what they're calling the murder now of Avriel Hooks. Police say the man is 21-year-old Michael Perry III.
10 News reporter Connor Dietrich joins us live in the newsroom. Connor, you've been following this story throughout the day. What can you tell us about these latest developments?
John Brittany, Lynchburg police say that Michael Perry III is being charged with second-degree murder and unlawful disposal of a dead body. And when that body was found in Amherst County, a nearly weeks-long search finally ended for the family. New details surfacing Tuesday night as Lynchburg police have arrested Michael Perry III for murdering 20-year-old Avriel Hooks. Family and friends spent the last week searching for Hooks after she was reported missing Wednesday. Tonight, the search ends in heartbreak. Family and friends gathering to celebrate the life of 20-year-old Avriel Hooks. Avriel's mom, Ashley, shocked by the community's support.
I didn't know the community cared as much as they did. So this has been the biggest smile I've been able to put on my face in days.
Pittman planned to...
And, you know, I'm glad that she has so much community support, so much family that care about her and her well-being. You know, we have these gatherings in the community oftentimes, and it just doesn't hit right, because you know that these people a lot of times are not really looking for solutions. But in this case, they were active. They put out a search party. They found the body. It was an unfortunate revelation when they did so. But man, I mean, this case is going to be looked over when it comes to the mainstream media or national news. This is just a local story, and I think that it should be a more national story, because people need to be aware that, hey, there are individuals, specifically in the community, who they just have a complete lack and disregard for human life. And it's so sad that this man would delete his baby mama, the mother of his children, or of his child, over nothing, right? You know, these situations, they continue to happen and they're not being highlighted. I'm trying to do my best. Obviously, I'm demonetized and shadow banned, so my videos aren't going to get out to that many people. But whoever does see this, I really hope that, you know, you guys are applying my methods to keep yourself safe, okay? Because it's only going to get worse from here. They're unleashing the floodgates. They're letting criminals out of prison. They're, you know, doing criminal justice reform, pretty much criminal justice dismantling. And the culture is only getting more divisive, degenerate, and toxic. The super gremlins are on demon time.
The vigil originally for a prayer of hope, only for it to turn into a different message.
It didn't matter that the focus of the prayer had shifted to 100% justice and the baby. It was still important for the community to know that what you did mattered. That search party this morning mattered.
The family says their focus shifts to taking care of Hooks' baby, Michael.
Oh, wow. Words can't describe. There's not a word invented for the kind of love she had for him.
A love that not only the family, but the community will carry on for Hooks. Lynchburg police say that Michael Perry III is being held at Blue Ridge Regional Jail when he is without bond. Reporting live in the newsroom, Connor Dietrich, 10 News, working for you.